Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the AFTCAST Tenerife Afternoons. I'm your host, Tim Dowd. On today's show, we got a little bit of weather. We got the latest in the COVID saga. We're also going over to Janet Anscombe's website to see the headlines there and the government website. If you like what you're listening to, don't forget to download the podcast regularly or favorite it even. If you're watching on YouTube, the UNCUT version, welcome. As you can see behind me, we've got beautiful blue skies today. So enjoy the show. Welcome to the AFTCAST Uncut, everybody. That was the beginning. And what we're going to do now is I'll go straight through. It's Sunday what date is it today? See, there you go. I thought I'd done everything. It's Sunday, the 11th of April, 2021. Okay, we'll put that in. Oh, we didn't get a thumbnail. Oh, yeah, we did. We'll get a thumbnail out of that. Okay, what else we got? Not a lot, really. We went out on Friday. In fact, if you watch Freaky Friday, where I was alone in the little Germany, I actually went and got Christina and took her back and had a meal there. So that was fun. Unfortunately, we had wine and schnapps, and we got a little bit drunk. So Saturday we didn't drink anything, and we've decided yet again to cut down on food and alcohol. And so we got to keep going. I've only got till December. That's, as you know, it's April now. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I've really only got 7 months to get into my lederhosen before I've got to order a brand new pair, which bigger, just to fool you guys, which you won't be fooled. I know you won't be fooled. Don't worry about it. Don't be fooled. Okay. So for those of you who watched the little video that I did, that was on my iPad. It was spun round on my balcony there. That gives you an idea of what it's like wherever it was. I'll show you that again, just in case you missed it. There you go, Rock del Conde there in the background. Don't forget Giuliani Nendl did a great walk up there. Go to Giuliani and give her some love as well. And this is Arco Iris and Mirador de La Gomera. Cayo Beach is where we live, and La Gomera there in the distance. It's quite clear today, nice little clouds on top there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll give you a wide shot here if you like. Here we go, we can zoom out the wide shot. That'll do. Donkey, that'll do, donkey. Okay, so let's go ahead. I got a lot of pictures today, actually, because I went through and decided to just take pictures of stuff, and that'll stop me reading stuff, so I can show you pictures on the screen whilst I'm looking over here like this and reading it. And I've got to turn my microphone a bit, I suppose. There you go. Little furry dead cat. Hey, Lee, you think you've got a dead cat? This is a dead cat. You got little dead kittens, that's what you got. Don't unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe. I've had a few people unsubscribe. I apologise if I've offended anybody in any way, shape or form. But the amount of people that's subscribing and unsubscribing is about the same. So anyway, so let's start off with the weather. We're going to do the weather now. Let's go for the weather. Well, there's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days, so they say. So this is the lies for today. It says Sunday, 23 degrees as a high and cloudy. I suppose there are a few clouds in the sky. Monday, Tuesday now is going to be sunshine. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is going to be cloudy again. If we look at the satellite, you can imagine why they're thinking that, because there's clouds all around us, just none over the top of us at the moment. And if we look at the Atlantic there, you can see that it's just on our side of the pond. And it is a depression there in the middle, turning anti-clockwise. So it's actually bringing these clouds in from our west. And it's sort of southwest, so that's why the temperatures are a little bit higher than it have been. Looking at the isobars there, you can see that there's a high right above us, and that's keeping the depression low. And it should be bringing up some southerly winds to Britain and northern Europe, so that should be pretty good. And that was your weather for today. Sunday, April the 11th, 2021. Fade that out. Done. Okay. So now I've got the COVID details here. Am I going to put the COVID frame round? Yes, there's a COVID frame. COVID-19 update. Okay, so things are not bad, but the spike that we were expecting is probably happening as we speak. Let's have a quick look at that now, shall we? COVID-19 update. As we can see in the whole of the Canary Islands now, we have 4,567 active cases. And as you can see, Tenerife has reached 20,000 in total. Obviously, a lot of those people are cured, so if we go over to Tenerife now, you see 20,697 people have actually had the virus or have still got the virus. Those active are 2,365. The 2,365 are split up into 1,256 Santa Cruz, 533 La Laguna, 134 Arona, 98 Adeje, and 80 Granadilla de Abona. The rest are under 50, so we don't mention those. And if we go over now and we see the 7-day rolling average, as you can see, it was down around about 51, and it has gone back up now to 71.6. So that was the spike we were expecting for Semana Santa, which is the Holy Week of Easter, where people got together and obviously kissed and cuddled. So that is your COVID for today. Yeah, so what we were saying was that people got together and there will be a spike. I was expecting it a couple of days ago, but it looks like it's coming now. It's still not too bad, though. And also, as we'll see in a minute, a lot of the things that we've put in place here in the Canary Islands are keeping things low. So the things like testing, keeping people out from high-risk countries and high-risk regions now. And also, we'll see in a minute that also there has been a change in the way that the PCR tests and the antigen tests are required, because the emergency and the emergency law finished. So that meant that people coming from mainland did not necessarily need it. Just wait for the doggies to stop barking. And you'll see in a minute that the Canarian government has decided to reiterate that, so they brought it back in. So you still need a test to come here. Still need a test, even from mainland Spain. So that's good. Okay, so that was COVID. Then we'll start off with Janet Anscombe now, shall we? Let's go, Janet. She's got quite a few because it's a weekend, so bear with me. Let's go over now to janetanscombe.com and see the headlines there. So Janet's leading today with Spain COVID vaccine confirmation of AstraZeneca procedure for state patients as I get my first vaccination on Tuesday, she says. So Janet's actually getting her first vaccination on Tuesday. And she goes on to say Canarian government maintains requirement for negative tests to be provided by arrivals from other parts of Spain, which is what we just read there. And the next one is COVID-19 in the Canarias, Tenerife and Gran Canaria, now over 20,000 cases as regional cases show no signs of reducing. And also she pays homage to Prince Philip. Spain joins global expression of sympathy at the death of Prince Philip. And the cayucos and pateras, these are the boats and kayaks that come in to the Canaries. 13 on board brought to Los Cristianos, and 25 migrants were taken to Recife Lanzarote. All are in good health, so that's a good news there. And talking about good news, the Corey shearwaters are back. Summer is coming. There is lots of Corey shearwaters doing the waka waka wah, waka waka wah, waka waka wah. And so that's a good news. That's a good sign of the summer there. So that's the end of Janet Anscombe for today. Don't forget to go over and read all the headlines and the stories behind it. Thank you, Janet. Okay, so it looks like we have a guest come in. Let me see if we've got him muted or not. No, he's not muted, but I do need to up the thing here. I'm just going to say, hello, Ian, can you hear me? Hello, Ian, can you hear me? Ian, can you hear me? Okay, let me see if I'll tell you what, maybe he needs to, why is that? I can hear something happening. Can you speak?
Nothing.
You can't hear me at all, no?
No. Sorry, Tim, I can't hear you.
Okay, hang on a sec. Let me just... Is that better? No. Is that better?
Nope. Nothing coming through at all.
Nothing coming through at all. Okay, I don't know why that is. Well, that's not good.
No.
Maybe if I bring you online. Hang on. Can you hear me now? Nothing. Oh dear.
No.
Can you try turning your volume up? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No.
1, 2, 3,
No.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
No.
9, 10. Oh dear.
No, I can't hear you at all.
I can hear you though.
Don't worry.
I can hear you.
I'll go.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. Ian was going to come on and do a little bit, and it's one of his... He's gone. Okay, I'm going to leave the room as well. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Janet, we're done, Janet. Well, let's go over now to the government website. There's the government now. Let's hit the government website now. And the government are leading with one that we did the other day. I think Canarias and Castilla-La Mancha present an innovation project on interoperable medical history. So that probably means they're going to be getting together and collecting our medical histories together so we can use them in different parts of the health system, which is a good idea, because sometimes I make an appointment at one place and they send me an SMS, then the other one's in an app, and it's all sort of mixed around. One sends me an SMS, one sends me an email. Okay, so the 4 subheadlines here are: health will continue with the control of diagnostic tests of COVID-19 and the national travellers arriving from the Canary Islands. That's what Jan Anscombe is also saying there. And Torres and Garcia Page analysis the response they have given to the COVID-19 crisis in the Canary Islands and Castilla-La Mancha. And more aid and more budget for the cultural sector in 2021. And victims of crime already have a specialised virtual care channel. So if we pick up on one of these now, where the passengers from the rest of the national territory must deliver a negative diagnostic test certificate valid for SARS-CoV-2 made 72 hours before their arrival. The Ministry of Health and the government of the Canary Islands will be extended by means of an order of the Ministry Blas Trujillo, that will be effective in the coming days. The measure relating to the carrying out of screenings to contain the transmission of SARS-CoV-2 through diagnostic tests of active infection, that's PDIA, to passengers entering the Canary Islands from the rest of the national territory by air or sea. And they go on to say that this order was established on December the 18th based on the epidemiological situation that the Canary Islands registered compared to the rest of the national territory. Once the evolution of the pandemic has registered changes, but taking into account the good results that this protocol has meant for the situation of the Canary Islands, it is necessary to redraft this order that allows, based on the legal umbrella established by the decree of the state of alarm, to maintain this procedure. So that's meaning that nothing's really changed. It's just they've got to legally redraft it because it ends up, basically it ends up falling out of validity. So this measure is established for the arrival of visitors from other regions of the country. In the case of movements between islands, and once a specific and temporary measure for Easter is completed, the obligation to present negative tests is eliminated. Although islands that are at alert level 1 and 2 are not restricted from entering or exiting, those are at level 3 and 4 can only be entered and exiting justifying movement according to the established exceptions. In addition, national and international passengers who prove their stay in a regulated tourist accommodation in the archipelago will be required to present a negative diagnostic test when registering at the establishment. I read that as coming on holiday is exception. So that's good. That is good. Obviously not from the UK, unfortunately, because that's outside the EU now. Good results. 87% of the 342,000 travellers who arrived in the Canary Islands from the rest of the national territory by air or sea between December the 18th and April the 4th provided a negative diagnostic test. So that's good. Among the passengers who were tested at source, 482 positive cases were detected, of which 410 were confirmed by PCR and the remaining by antigen test. That means 482 people were actually stopped from travelling. In addition, at the destination, 271 positive cases of COVID-19 were detected among travellers who were tested, and they arrived in the Canary Islands once they'd been identified and placed in isolation until receiving the negative result of a diagnostic test. After analysing the good results of this system of control and detection of positive steps upon entry to the Canary Islands, the Ministry will be extending this rule to ensure that all passengers who enter the archipelago do so free of coronavirus, minimising the risk of importing new cases and therefore of causing an increase in the transmission of COVID-19 in the Canary Islands. And if you want to read the rest of that, then you can go ahead on the government website, and they finish off by saying that people who live in the Canary Islands returning home will not have to pay for the test as long as they get it carried out at one of the Eurofin's mega labs before they come. So the rest of the headlines there, Canarian administers so many 383,000 doses of the vaccine. That was yesterday, the 10th, and if you see bottom right there, Canarias were 367,000. So that means 20 odd thousand were actually done today in the Canary Islands. So that's quite good. And let's go and pick up on that one. As of yesterday, which was Saturday, 117,530 people who have already received both doses of the vaccine have been immunized, which represents 6.28% of the target population. The Ministry of Health and the Government of the Canary Islands administers 383,479 of the 457,120 doses received of the 3 vaccines against COVID-19, approved by the European Medicines Agency to vaccinate in Europe, which represents 83.89%. Okay. In addition, only yesterday, Friday, April the 9th, 16,000 doses of some of the vaccines were administered despite the change in the pattern of the AstraZeneca vaccine and the immediate reorganization of the agendas that led to the decision of the Ministry of Health for the 16,000, 11,000 were from Pfizer, 750 from Moderna, and about 4,000 from AstraZeneca. As of yesterday, 117,500 people who have already received the 2 doses of the vaccine of the Canary Islands, which represents 6.28% of the target population of 1.87 million, has been immunized. If we go ahead and say who's being immunized, then Group 1, residents and health and social people who work in nursing homes. Group 2, frontline personnel. Group 3, other health and social health persons. 3A, hospital and PA personnel not considered in Group 2, dental hygiene, other personnel. Group 3B, public health service personnel, management and response to the pandemic, health and social health personnel not previously vaccinated, physical therapists, occupational therapists, pharmacy officers and dental technicians. Group 3C is other health and social health personnel not vaccinated previously. Group 4, large non-institutional dependents. That was Christina, so she's been done. And Group 5 is groups of seniors, and we're halfway through that, or a third of the way through that. Group 5A, people over 80 and over, and then 70 to 79. And Group 5C is the one that I'm in, 60 to 69. And they're just starting those now, I believe. So that's quite good. And then the final groups there, collectives with an essential function for society, security forces and corps, emergencies and armed forces, teachers and personnel, teachers primary and secondary school, people under 60 with conditions of risk, and then they're going with 56 to 59, 45 to 55, and obviously when that's all done, they'll do everybody else. So that was the government website for today. That was a lot of talking. But basically, that's the vaccination is on track. As we say, it's not as quick as a lot of places, but of all the vaccines that we've received here, we've given out 83%. And the good thing is that the way that we're doing it, we're making sure that these groups have both doses before we go on to double dosing everybody else. So I think that's a good idea. I know that there's a lot of time or certain length of time that you can take between certain vaccines, but most of them are around about the 7 to 14 day mark. I think AstraZeneca is up to 28 days or even longer, but they're trying to get through everybody, so that's pretty cool. And even the people who've had COVID and have the antibodies because they've had the disease, they're going to get vaccinated once anyway as a sort of a booster, so that's good. Those of you who are here and you're privately insured, so you're not insured through the Spanish system, there is ways to do that, and basically contact your local health authority. It's very easy to do. You can either walk straight into a health center and make an appointment, or you can mail them, or you can even email the mayor in certain circumstances. Look at Janet Anscombe's website for updates on that. That's quite cool. Okay, what else we got? We've done that. That's about it, really, for the AFTCAST on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'm going to go and sort Christina out now. Unfortunately, the radio show that she loves listening to on Sunday didn't record this morning, so I'm going to see if it's on catch-up somewhere and download that for her as a podcast. So, talking about podcasts, to those of you watching on YouTube, the uncut version, don't forget to go over and check the podcast out. I know it's the same information, but if you don't get a chance to watch YouTube one day, you'll know that Sunday through Thursday, you can always get your phone out, stick the podcast on, do the washing up or whatever you're doing, and listen to the most important bits of this waffle. Now, there's another. I've been faffing around all day, now I'm waffling. The old waffle there. Here we go. Let's come straight in for the waffler. I'm a waffler. In fact, that's Mum's. That's Christina's mum's real name, Waffler. There you go. So what else we got to do? That was it, really. Just got to say thank you. Let's go ahead and do that. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and download the podcast if you're listening online. And also, if you're on youtube.com/LWMST watching the uncut version, give it a thumbs up. We're also on Facebook. At LWMST. And on Instagram, Living with MS Tenerife. And don't forget to go to timothydown.com, where you can get all the information you need, learn how to sponsor the channel, learn how to join me live, and also read all the vlogs of the past shows. Thank you for joining, and have a great day. See y'all. So that's the end of the podcast. That's where that finishes. So this is the bit that you get to see afterwards, which is not a lot, really. It's just me and one of my yellow shirts. Somebody else said, why are you always wearing that yellow shirt? I got 5 of these. I bought them for €2 each at the supermarket in a going out of business sale, probably. I don't know. But yeah, I got 5 of them. You can tell the difference in some of them because they're different colours because they've been washed different times. Okay, so let's do the thing that I do at the end, and then I can go and sort the rest of the stuff out. It's now, it's nearly 4 o'clock. I'm late for a very important date. So Google thinks that you might like this one next if you're watching on catch up, and if you press the little square button, that takes you to our website to find out how you can support the channel. And the little round button in the bottom there is just in case you haven't subscribed yet, or you've unsubscribed and you want to resubscribe, because I'm a nice guy, really, you know. I'm a nice guy, really. Okay, thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.